CIO News. I am Raisa, your host for the broadcast at CIO News. This is our exclusive Fireside chat powered by Avaya on transformation through customer experience. This is a recorded session and will be available on our website cionews.co.in and CIO News LinkedIn handle. So we are very excited to introduce our guest for today, Mr. Madhusudhan A, who is the co-founder, data scientist and CTO at Ambee. Welcoming Mr. Madhusudhan A, a visionary in the realms of technology and customer experience, with over a decade of expertise in data science, big data, cloud computing, and he is in the forefront of integrating cutting-edge technology with user-centric approaches. Currently, he is enriching knowledge with PhD in AI and environmental social governance at BTS Pilani and RMIT Australia. He is pioneering in the use of artificial intelligence and much more. Welcome, Mr. Madhusudhan. Very glad and excited to have you today. Also, along with me, I have Adarsh Kaul, who is the leader of India and SAARC Marketing. He has 20 years of experience in leadership communication, marketing management, customer acquisition, and relationship management. While managing and inspiring teams, he works with online and offline channels, supports businesses, objectives, lead acquisition, foster communication retention, and communicate with industry leaders to design marketing strategy that positively impact the corporate brand. Welcome, Mr. Adarsh. So before we begin with the questions, I would like to know, Mr. Madhusudhan, what does Ambee exactly do in terms of cloud migration, in terms of what is your role like? If you could enhance.
Sure. So Ambee is a climate data platform. We cover all the natural disasters to hyperlocal climate, air quality, pollen, forest fires. We focus on real-timeness of all of the information and the predictive side of understanding weather patterns, climate analytics. Ambee is not just something that's providing information, but it's a compass, we call it, for decision makers across different industries and individuals worldwide with a customer-centric approach. So there's quite a lot that we do, from measuring emissions inventories to predicting when the next forest fire would occur and cause what kind of damage. And again, we're heavily invested on the cloud. We combine on-ground sensing technologies, IoT, to measure some of the parameters, along with remote sensing from a multitude of Earth observatory satellites, both geospatial and orbital. And we combine data analytics, proprietary algorithms, machine learning, and artificial intelligence to bring about a lot of actionability use cases to a large customer base that we have across the world. We currently serve about 105 countries, and Ambee was born out of a real-life incident trying to figure out how I can improve the breathing respiratory condition of my own infant child back in 2017. That's how it all came to be. My role has hence evolved from being a data scientist approach to a more of a CTO entrepreneur approach, product approach. So every product that we have at Ambee is a research outcome. We carry out scientific research, we build out proper solutions, we pick difficult challenges, real challenges that are faced by people in terms of health, with the deteriorating climate, deteriorating air quality. You see all around, it's perfect timing. Actually, everyone's talking about how the air quality is it's not just in Delhi, it's not just a Delhi problem, it's a global problem. And that's something that we're working to solve at Ambee.
Yeah. Great, that's great.
Beautiful is the word. And I'm sorry, Madhusudhan, I'm going to call you Madhu from now.
Yes, sure.
Kind of makes it like tangibly long. But so primarily what you're saying is, and I'm sorry, Raisa, I'm stepping into your shoes right now, just trying to, because this is not just a chat, this is enlightenment. So ideally what you're saying is that what we try and do from a National Disaster Management Authority perspective from a country, you primarily support the backend for these kind of organizations and kind of becoming a predictive analytical tool for them to understand where would a cyclone hit, how heavy could the floods be, how deteriorating the current pollen is, to the farm fires, down to the burning of the parali, and to the entire atmospheric intervention across in human lives, so as to safeguard them and so as to do a preventive measure across on that. Is my understanding correct?
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't have put it better. Rather, you're right. So if you can't measure it, you can't solve it. So we've taken the measure part to another level. We realized there isn't enough measure, isn't enough data, because of which it was limiting action items or interventions, and that is something we've taken very seriously and have given it a meaningful name in a very scientific and a customer-centric way to different use cases. We have users from all the way from pharma to even governments to even insurance guys. I mean, you won't believe, even travel, healthcare, preventative healthcare, clinical trials, even advertising. Who would know? So everyone's trying to be climate resilient, adapt to climate, and be ready for what's coming in terms of risks and opportunities. And we supply most actionable, accurate data to enterprises across the world.
And governments and
And
NGOs. Wow.
yes,
So it's primarily a data
finance
science company which has
sector,
gotten a
bank.
predictive model corrected across. And how
Yeah.
sure shot are you on this? I'm sorry, I'm asking this question from a perspective of your predictability across of a certain incident and a phenomena. How sure shot are you on your numbers? How accurate are you on your numbers till now?
Yeah, we've been validated by various bodies across the world. Especially when you're supplying data to a pharma, if I give it to an end consumer and say, pollution is high, and if it's not high, for example, it's okay. At max, I would get a bad review somewhere. But if I do that with a pharma company, it's a class act violation of I could get legally violated for it, right? Legally responsible for it. So when we work with such highly regulated industries like pharma, and they have validated it, been using it after, and they continue to validate regularly. We've been, I think, we are at the top of it to be are industry leaders in certain cases in terms of not just customer base, but in terms of accuracy. And we hold very high regards because the whole team is majority of data scientists, and we have taken a very long-term approach to first take it into market. So we prioritized science over revenues during our early stages, which is paying off. So we're very confident about our accuracy levels, all sort of validations, and we proactively continue to do that on a regular basis. Our systems validate automatically, update, and convey how accurate we are at a regular basis to all our stakeholders and customers. So accuracy is at the center stage of what we do.
Lovely. So for you, customer experience is going to be a different paradigm altogether, because you don't have a product perspective. You've got a cookie cutter approach for understanding the brief, and then you completely build bespoke, if I'm not wrong. How do you handle your customer experience out there? Raisa, I know I'm going to take your questions out here, but
No
this is an
problem.
interesting conversation. So let's forget the format there. Madhu, I'm sorry, I'm asking these questions straight up. They're not scripted, but this is something that's hitting my mind, and I'm constantly wearing across from a perspective of actually looking at how you guys really work across on the societal aspect of it. So how does it work for you from a customer experience perspective? How do you work your customer specific requirements? Because your customer set is not, it's not tangible. You could go after governments, you could go after disaster management, you could go after insurance companies, you could go after pharma sets, you could end up working across with, as you clearly said, advertisers, because you never know. Suzlon might want to do wind energy, so what is the propensity of wind energy being adopted, and therefore a campaign for Suzlon? So how does it work for you?
Yeah. Again, the fundamentals of customer experience plays a key role. What makes any product great is gives a great customer experience at the very fundamental level, is that the user finds the utility of the product extremely valuable in every sense, for what he pays, for the duration he uses. Every time there are no complaints with it. That's the fundamental part of it. And our use cases are so different. We are stuck to 3 or 4 main industries that, in fact, we were stuck to one industry for a very long time. Only recently, we have, as a small company, we are about 60, 70 people now. We have office in India and US. And we could only support those many things. So we went razor sharp, focusing on just those 1 or 2 important sectors and customer experience side of it. For example, there's this product called Pollen Pal. It's a product that an enterprise uses to engage with their customers, drive traffic and drive sales using the pollen data we supply, all the campaigns, everything. In fact, we became the driver of such revenue, such business for a large enterprise. So it has to be that we have to ensure that our data that we share is accurate. We share precise information at all times. There is personalization to every single user through us. So we are B2B2C company, and hence in this regard. So we make sure that all our product response times are fast, data is accurate, information is available on demand, whether it's analytics, historical data, predictive or personalized. In all 4 cases where our data is being applied for, we ensure there is a proper process technically in place, process to support the customer in place. So we heavily depend on these processes, and there are of course a lot of monitoring tools to tell us what's going on, how we can improve, be it incident tracking or be it our own proactive approach of how we approach DevOps or product development or even research. So we again ask the customer what next level they're expecting, what they want, and we come up with a few of our own. We in fact bring use cases from other industries, other customers to a single customer. So and again, one thing that we do which no one else does is, for us, it's not a sale. It's not just a sale. We are not here alone, sale alone. Sale is an outcome for us. We're here to partner the industry, partner with people and governments to mitigate the problem, to take actions in the problem. So it's not a one all that we have. Every solution to an enterprise, to a government, to a bank, financial institution, investor, and even energy companies is a custom solution directed over to their specific use case. So that's our business model.
And so therefore, at the end of the day, what you're trying to say is that you've got listening posts happening across to understand a trend, to run research across on that, and then create a solution which can be used across by these guys. So that's proactive selling as well, from a perspective of understanding where the trend is going across and kind of creating a tailor-made solution which could be beneficial to other organizations. Plus, you've got commission projects across from a perspective of, governments and, different organizations which could probably commission you across a certain understanding of how the market's going to behave across over a certain point in time frame, or how is the current environmental climatic change going to be impacting across a certain set of the society. Interesting. And just one question, Madhu. All of this is possible from a tech perspective. So the dump screen is actually helping you do that. You're making the dump screen do intelligence because of the fact that you've got the tools around it, or have you kind of developed your own patent product lines to kind of create stuff? And how's the current technology environment kind of helping you across? For example, how is the inclusion of AI helping you across? How's the inclusion of cloud helping you across? Are you on a hyperscaler? If you're on a hyperscaler, how does a hyperscaler kind of work across? Are you on a customer connect product? How are you using technology around you while you understand your core tech, or as you said, your DevOps team? How's the current environment around the tech space really helping you, enabling what you're doing in the way that you have to do it?
Yeah, measuring is again critical for us. Measuring how our products are doing, what real customer experience is. So we do have the usual key metrics, your NPS and CSATs and stuff. But we also have things like customer effort score. We look at feedback. We also have a lot of AI tools and analytics that we use. Some of them we use both, qualitative, quantitative, and that we have our own tools as well. But we rely on what is already out there in the market. We use technologies to predict customer needs, streamline processes, personalize our interactions, create better touch points during our customers. Moreover, we even use, for example, virtual assistant powered GPT, for example, to answer certain queries to our customers. We even have a climate report generator. It generates a climate report for a given set of inputs for enterprises, which usually takes months, and this is powered by GPT. And when this is performing, we also try to understand how the customer is interacting with it or using it, or the utility of the product using tools. And moreover, predictive analysis is a part of it. When we collect all our metrics from right from the user journey to all the way of while the utility of the product is going on, or during our integration phase, onboarding of the customer phase. And there are different tools that come into the play. And combining all of this data, when we have the data, you could apply it for predictive analysis. So it helps us to anticipate and solve problems before they impact the customer. So this ensures consistently high quality customer experience. The current technological landscape, we are still exploring a lot of solutions are out there, and it's evolving things, and that's where we are. And when we do a new product, for example, or a new problem is presented, we use a whole lot of tools to even analyze the market. And one of the first thing is we talk to the customers first. For anything, before we do, for us, everything evolves and starts and ends with a customer experience. It ends with the customer. So we say get the customer first, revenue later. So a product later. So we get the customer first, and then we go about building the product for that customer.
Interesting. Absolutely lovely. I'm not lying to you, though, seriously. Bamboozled by the way the approach is, and as I said, I'm going to have a chat later with you as well. But really interesting perspective. Raisa, any thoughts or suggestions? My questions kind of ended out here. Any thoughts that you have across on this front you want to ask our man, Zeno?
I think the fact that they're working for a cause, that itself is a great thing. And I think he's spoken a lot about how technology is playing a role in helping us to fight this cause. So I'm good on my end.
Thank you, Madhu. Thank you for your time. Seriously, the perspective is amazing. While I could have tried to ask you questions on the customer experience, we kind of summed it up so nicely, explained the entire process. So I really have absolutely no questions that spur to my mind from a perspective of how do you take things on, because the whole concept of what you're trying to solve is very, very different across from a perspective of what you're trying to provide across from the economy perspective as well. And just to ask you, I'm sorry, just a question is completely weird. So you make money out of this?
Yes. We are a profitable organization. We've been around for 6 years. We went through several rounds of investment from some amazing investors. We are going through one right now as well, and we have been perhaps the only kind of company from India selling products out there to the rest of the world. A majority of our revenue comes from outside of India. All the big fives of pharma and various other industries are our customers. So it's a very validating thing that we've been doing, and more so when you validated it, Adarsh, it means a lot. You've seen a lot. Your experience speaks, so it means a lot to us. Thanks for that. But yeah,
pretty much bamboozled by the whole.
Yeah, and we've got some exciting roadmap coming up ahead. The climate change problem is real. Emissions are real. So there is quite groundbreaking things happening around sustainability, ESG, UNSDG, and we believe now we have a role to play, and our vision is to impact 1% of this change process and slow it down. And I think our objective is achieved. So we're on that mission, and this call, support, all of it helps a lot, and we really appreciate for inviting me for this conversation.
CIO News to thank for various sponsors. But yeah, gives a perspective. Thank you very much, Madhu. I'm going to be sticking around for a small chat with you. But Raisa, over to you.
Yeah, before we move ahead, I have a question. So, in order to give a supreme customer experience, what are the different channels that you have, Mr. Madhusudhan?
See, we have different touch points with our customers. We engage our customers primarily. If you see, we don't have this buy now button anywhere on our website or anywhere. So for
Okay.
us, it's human interaction that starts. The tool brings us with a use case or a problem brings the customer to us,
Okay.
and then we engage with them over a phone call or a meeting like this or in person or anything, and then the journey begins. Throughout this journey, we also have different channels. For example, we have a video channel. We have a channel where we engage through a third party, where they conduct certain events or webinars. We also are part of research. We put out a lot of open source. A lot of companies ignore the power capability of open source contributions. So if you are actively contributing open source to relevant problems, then that brings you prospective customers. That becomes a channel in itself, and that enhances your customer experience. That you as an organization have something more than what your products are already delivering. So it has something in additional, and that does not cost anything. So that's a clear message that we are mission driven from these kind of selfless contributions. And then other things we do is we try to understand through various instruments and information systems that we have created, that what are customers' pain points, what are their objectives. Most of the time, or rather all the time, the user does not know what they want, what really they are in need for, but they have a problem that needs solved. How they solve it is up to us. But for us to solve it, we need to know the depth of the problem and come up with something that is the best of all ways, includes all the best technologies, and solves the problem in the most comprehensive way. So that has been our ethos to approaching problem. And these instruments gather so much data, so much information in multitude of interactions to our customer life cycle, that gives us these insights to add to our product roadmap or add to our problem statement as a solution. So those are some of the channels that we have.
Okay, so as you said, you use best of technology. So what do you feel how important it is to integrate to cloud? And how would you consider, what are the factors while migrating to cloud?
Yeah, migrating to cloud is more than a simple technological upgrade. It is a strategic necessity. In today, the entire landscape, digital landscape, is evolving so fast. What was relevant just a few months ago is not, and that's where cloud offers scalability, flexibility, accessibility, and which are crucial for businesses to stay competitive and agile. So when you're considering migration, something we also did, we have large, we have hundreds of thousands of sensors across the world, millions of data. We process over 4 terabytes every single day. And initially, when we started, we were on-prem, right? So when considering migration, key factors like your data security, compliance with regulations, cost effectiveness, and ability to integrate with existing systems. These are all important things that one should consider. So it's also important to choose the right cloud service that aligns with your business goals, supports your infrastructure and changing needs. But your ultimate goal is to enhance your operational efficiency and provide seamless experience to both your employees and your customers. So I think cloud today is not just a need to have; it's a must have.
Sure. Thank you. Adarsh, do you have anything to add to this? Adarsh, do you have
Questions at
anything?
all? I've had it all from Madhu. Thank you for this. No. I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm completely good with it. I've kind of got the sense that I wanted, and happy to have the chat, post this chat with a man.
Okay, okay. So thank you, Madhusudhan. Thank you for being part of this exclusive fireside chat powered by Avaya on transformation through customer experience. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, everyone. Thank you, team.
Thank you.